If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Let's just say, it was a great night. Take the challenge at steelseries.com.
So, welcome to the Go Champions League. Knife round underway already, and you haven't missed anything as it's just a knife round. Mouz and Copenhagen Wolves. Mouz win the knife, and they will probably start... Oh. That's weird, but Goppy, the CS 1.6 legend caller, called back in the day. He called for Mouz as well, and he certainly knows what he's doing. So, he decides to stay on the terrorist side on cobblestone, which got overhauled as well, just like overpass. So it got changed mainly in the B area. It got a major overhaul, and it got easier for the terrorists to actually get to the bomb site mainly due to that entrance being closer to the bomb site. Before that, the bomb site was around here, and the entrance was around here, and then there was something back here as well, so it was really awkward. Let's see what Mouz can do in the pistol round of this terrorist side. Tapson with the first exchange, MSL with a straight headshot, and MSL just tried to tackle Legia, but it's not happening for the Danish player. 4v4, still nothing decided right now as Sicilian takes down Goppy. Good shot by him. SMF with a ZZ75 making it work. And Chris J is down. 4v2. Legia is down to 66 HP. Nico still alive, and Nico, the prodigy from Bosnia, is making his pistol work on the CT. Nico with another P2000 kill. Oh, this is turning south for the CTs. SMF and Snappy need to work together to make it happen. Oh, and they are under pressure. 44 seconds on the clock for Mouz. Bullets. Legia messing up his USPS spray, and he's pushed from the side. Snappy takes him out with the USPS in the end. Copenhagen Wolves survive the scare that Mouz just served and make it 1-0. And SMF would have been out of bullets on a CZ75 if he fired 2 more shots. So if Legia could have gotten that frag onto Snappy, it would have been easy pickings for him. Or a very, very funny to see knife round battle. Knife-like battle. But it didn't happen for Mouz. Now they are on tag 9s for everyone except for Chris J. And Nico will start with a nice shot onto Hundin. Another frag for Nico already starting off burning hot into this matchup. He picks up the rifle, the UMP in his hands. Now another frag by Goppy onto MSL. Goppy is certainly warming up throughout the past weeks. He just repeatedly went to improve himself, and the CTs improved themselves right now with 3 frags courtesy of Sicilian, Snappy and SMF. Chris J is the last man remaining for the terrorists, and he at least puts down the bomb, the money in the bank for his squad. He tries to find a weapon, but that's the guy that Nico killed, and he's not got the weapon anymore. So Chris J has to fight it with the Glock 18. And SMF, as soon as he's spotted, takes him out 2-0, but an expensive round for the CTs. 2 players killed and the bomb planted for the terrorists. Looking not too bad right now. But the Danish squad, of course, on the CT side, it is the highly favored side. And they have an AWP for Snappy already. You know that Freeze got removed from Copenhagen Wolves. Freeze was a stand-in for Dignitas in the past matches. And Snappy is the guy to take the scope for the Danish squad right now. AWP for Chris J. That's an old school Hellraiser strategy. If you can purchase a rifle, do that and try to take as many CTs as possible. But Snappy and MSL already put a stop to the Mouz advances to the A bomb site. The B bomb site gets closed up by Hundin as well, and now MSL eager to get himself another frag, puts down Legia with the UMP. Good job by him. should be 3-0 in a second. Even though Nico is still alive, Nico gets a frag onto Handen, but the bomb is in the hands of the CTs. And Nico is probably trying to save that rifle even. Wise choice to make. It is a more or less big investment for the terrorists, and the CTs won't find him right there in his Rapunzel tower. And if he doesn't give them his hair to climb up into the window, they shouldn't find him in time. They are not even looking for the frag right now. Even though they should be aware of that AK in his hands, they don't want to expose an opening to Nico. They know how dangerous he is, and that's why they just leave him be. Save that AK for the next round, and look at that, 4 frags already in 2 rounds. Good fragging by Nico, but at the same time we have SMF and Snappy with 4 and 3, but the rest of the CTs have 3 frags as well. So it is the first rifle round for Mouz Sports. Chris Shea still refuses to buy a rifle. He goes for the Tech 9 and be able to purchase an AWP in the later stages. On the other side, the CT is still with a UMP in the hands of MSL and a FAMAS for Isilian. So the rifles on the CTs are still not looking too strong. But MSL makes his UMP work on 2 of them in that mad push down onto the A-long approach. Snappy missing a shot there onto Legia, but the Tech 9 does its job. Headshot for the Serbian German. And once again, it's only Nico staying alive. 1v5 situation. And he's only got the AK to work with that he saved from the round before. So he's either trying to save it or trying to make it as expensive as possible for Copenhagen Wolves to take it out of his hands. So let's see. He just burns off time off the clock in a good position to defend himself from. MSL gets a little bit impatient. And Nico does know or does expect MSL to be there. There he goes. Nice shot by Nico. Taking him out 4v5. No, that would be nice for Mouz Sports if Nico could magically clone himself while the round was underway. 5 seconds on the clock. Nico will just try to save the weapon and the CTs will push him. Actually they won't push him. Nice count. Nice flash there by the CTs to flash themselves and actually slow themselves down so they couldn't remove the weapon. But it's a 4-0 score, and Copenhagen Wolves with a good start. It was their choice to play Cobble, and the map is in the map pool, so there's nothing bad about it. It got removed by almost all the teams, so Mouz Sports should have had an idea about that map. Either they are prepared for Cobble as well, or they expected Copenhagen Wolves to remove it. We will see if Mouz Sports are prepared for that. Chris Shea captured himself the AWP. Snappy was kind of overwhelmed by the Dutch player. Now the CT's trying to get themselves back into the round. Nico with a headshot onto Handen on the other side of the map. MSL takes out Chris Shea. The bomb gets planted. 4v3 retake in favor of the terrorists with 2 Tech 9s. However, their rifles aren't the best of the world. SMF takes out Tapson, who had an AWP. Nico takes, Nico's still alive as Gobi takes out SMF, and it's a 2v3 again. The CT still on the move. Asilian needs to hurry up together with MSL. He's on the move. They have a guess where one of the terrorists is. Legia goes down to 13 HP, still burns off time off the clock and gets a headshot onto MSL. In the meantime, Nico takes Asilian out, and well, there's no way to hide away from the bomb anymore. Ligia blows up, but Nico stays alive at least, and he takes his weapon to the next round. 4-1. Mouz Sports with the first terrorist round on the board. The CT's money is looking very bad right now. If the Germans can win another round, the CTs already would need to save, and that would possibly make Mouse get closer and make it a 3-4 scoreline. And now MSL still performing greatly with those aggressive pushes. He overwhelms Goppy and Chris J. That shouldn't have happened. The CTs now have a very good position to be in. They kind of have somebody in the back already, but Mousesports can't move back. They can't move forth either. So they are caught in their space over here. At the same time, Nico is alone on the B bomb site. If he gets an opening frag or two over there, he could release his teammates of the jail that they got themselves in there. And finally, Lega removes MSL, who was lurking around very long. A lot of time wasted for Mousesports. And they try to put down the bomb on the A bomb side. Lega is now the last man standing with 14 HP, and Snappy will take him out with his second of the round. Snappy performs really well right now with 6 frags, 8 for MSL. And on the other side we have 7 for Nico and still 0 for Tapson. Now a save round by the terrorists. Quick frags for the CTs. 1 refrag in favor of the terrorists, but the SMF is already there and recontrols the A bomb site. Good work by him. And Copenhagen Wolves straight back on track after losing this one round. That small hiccup for them. Mousesports get put in their place again. 3 AKs for Liga, Goppy and Nico, and Tech 9 for Tapson and Chris J. Mousesports with a desperate attempt to get another round on the board. They just try to grind it out somehow, keep the CT's economy low. But at one point or the other, they should try to go in with full equipment and not just repeatedly buy those Tech 9s. As you can see, SMF does have an easy time taking out Chris J, who was poking into the A bomb site. Nico just waits for the CT to show up. He does miss the shot, however. This would have been the crucial frag. In the meantime, Tapson disposes of MSL on the A bomb site, and the terrorists will make their move over there. They still have Nico over at the B bomb site, and Nico gets a frag onto Hunden. Now the CT's in a kind of a bad spot between a rock and a hard place. Goppy with 1, but Snappy quickly controls the A bomb site with 2 AWP shots. He's still got Goppy and Nico to work against. Nico is coming in from the B bomb site, and Snappy got his number 3 frags for the youngster. He's now up against a legend, and Goppy does not come out on top of that. 4 frags for Snappy, making it 7-1 in favor of Copenhagen Wolves. Really good performance by them today on Cobble, on Cobble, like Copenhagen Wolves. Now they had a losing streak of 5 matches, 11-16 against Virtus Pro in the Go Champions League last game day, or the first game day, probably the first game day for them. 16-11 on Dust 2 and 16-10 on Inferno, but we won't see any of the 2 maps right now, so Copenhagen Wolves might be a completely different team on Cobble and Mirage. Let's find out. 3v4, 3v3 situation thanks to a mortar like Nate by Azilian. Lega with the Tech 9 gets 1, but SMF makes himself shine with that AK and makes it a 1v2. Chris J is now left alone, working his way up to the A bomb site. He's got 1 close by. He doesn't know, but the CT knows, and as SMF getting that headshot is Chris J moving into the A bomb site, planting the C4 in a matter of seconds, and Azilian on the rotation. He's coming from main, and that's what is unexpected for Chris J, I think. Now Azilian revealed his position already. Chris J hopping up to the ledge, getting a better angle. Now he's behind that truck, and Chris J gave up his prone position on the bomb site to be able to hop around a little bit, as Cillian caught him off guard with the M4A1, and somehow that AWP flew off by courtesy of the bullets that Cillian sent into Chris J's way. And he just can't pick it up anymore. So 8-1, still Cillian winning that 1v1 situation. And Mouz Sports still finding a way, or trying to find a way, to overcome the CT's defense. It's not looking good right now for the Germans, to say the least. Even though they are on the terrorist side, they should have at least 2 rounds on the board right now. Now Snappy closing out the first one on the A bomb side, making it an early advantage for the CT side. They rotate 3 players over there, and Snappy already covering the right angle for the terrorist approach. He knows that A main is covered by MSL, and the B bomb site is covered by 2 teammates as well. So now the CT is in complete control of the map. And Mouz Sports under pressure. They are flashed horrifically by the CTs. MSL goes in to pick up 2 easy frags. Like mushrooms in the forest, he just needs to bow down and pick them up. Chris J, however, comes into the back of MSL. Then it's Snappy taking out GOCL to make it another 1v4 situation in favor of the CTs. Chris J got 1 frag, but that's all he can do for now. 9-1. We only have 5 more rounds to remain in this half, and Mouz Sports does not look like they have a recipe to overcome the CT's defense right now. They are going for those weak buy rounds all the time. And yeah, the loser bonus allows you to do that, but it's not necessarily a sign that you should do that. At the moment, it's definitely not worth going for those weak buy rounds. And that's what happens to players that are just running out into the open on the B bomb site. Good crossfire setup by the CTs. Tabson and GOCL, the last man standing. GOCL doesn't find the frag on the A bomb site, and Tabson is already covered, or should be covered, by Hunden. Hunden messing up that first approach. Oh, still an awkward exchange. SMF is there to get the refrag. At least it's 10-1, even though Hunden didn't really look very good in this situation. At least his team got the round on the board, and that's what counts in the end. Mouz Sports needs to get at least 2 more rounds and the piss round in the second half, and that's the first real shot. Is this full buy right now with an AWP for Chris J, AK for everyone, and there they go. The first frag for GOCL on the A bomb site, closing out MSL. Cillian, however, puts a stop to the B advance with 2 quick frags, and Christian almost burns to death. 28 HP remaining. Capson with only 1, and GOCL with that spray control gets it done on the A bomb site, but it's happening on B right now. GOCL just keeps going, gets a frag onto SMF. In the meantime, Hunden is posed off Chris J. GOCL now is down, courtesy of Hunden, his 2nd frag of the round, and a Cillian with a 3rd, closing out Tabson, who only had 1 HP. He received 99 damage. 11-1 in favor of the CT squad. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. 15 frags for Snappy, 13 for SMF, 12 for MSL. On the other side, we have 9 for Nico and 6 for GOCL and Ligia. The terrorists once again with a 3-2 split. Trying to attack from every single direction. MSL got the number of GOCL, who is the only one with an AK in the squad of Mouz Sports. So if that rifle gets dropped, it's really bad for the terrorist. Mouz, though, with a refrag, courtesy of Nico, taking out a Cillian with a good position. It's a 4v4. The CT's on a very fast rotation to the B bomb site, though, trying to hold off the terrorist advances. Nico goes down to SMF. GOCL on the rotation, but he might be too late already as Tabson takes out Hunden. He makes it look better for the terrorist. Oh, GOCL with that Headshot onto Snappy, taps him with another one as MSL steps it up. He gets himself 2 frags on the retake. Can he make it a third? Ligge is down to 43 HP already. MSL still has quite a lot of equipment, but he uses it in the wrong moment. Ligge comes around the corner. Great timing. 2-11. Small consolidation for Mouse Sports, but maybe it is way too late already. Copenhagen will still have enough money for one more buy round. And if they should win that round right now, Mouse Sports would be back to save, or well, not a save, but a force buy for the last round. It wouldn't look too good for the Germans. So Copenhagen Wolves with a chance to either make it 13-2 or leave Mousesports to pick up the last few rounds and make it 11-4. MSL once again fighting back on his position on the A bomb site, making it a 3v4 after the first frag for the terrorists and the CTs. Ah, there is Tapson, just like a magnet drawn to MSL, finding him over there, making it a 3v3. The A bomb site is still not captured yet. There's still one inside the bomb site. It's SMF with 2 quick surprise frags onto Nigia and Tapson. Now it's Nico against 2. Make that one. SMF behind the bomb site. And Nico just outright aggression. Goes in for the frag. Doesn't leave anything up for grabs for SMF. And makes it 11-3. And as I said, the CT is now in an awkward position. They have a Mag 7 for MSL, 2 FAMASes, and an M4 for Asilian. And SMF, the unlucky guy to only have the CZ 75. The CTs on the forward positions on the A-bomb side, and at the same time SMF is trying to push through the smoke, but Nico spots his elbow and gets a bullet bent into his head, getting the early advantage to Mouse Sports and removing the CZ-75 of the CTs. In the close quarter battle was crucial. If SMF had picked up that frag, would have been really good for the CTs. Now MSL and Snappy with good refragging. They make it a 3v3. Copenhagen Wolves back in the round. Ligia, Tapson and Nico now left to pick up the last CTs. The bomb is dropped in between them, but Snappy gets disposed of by Ligia. Good smoke used by him. And of course, good fragging by him as well. Asilian and Thunder now spread out on the A and the B bomb site, separated from each other. Nico already inches forward, trying to at least check out the corner so his teammates can move in faster, and he actually tries to open up as well. He's very confident opening up onto Asilian on the B bomb site. Hunden on the rotation with that FAMAS and only 1 flash grenade remaining against 3 terrorists who are positioned really good right now. Good crossfire. But Nico will not even let that crossfire work. He gets that frag before that even happens. Mousesports with 4 rounds in the end. That's all. Due to the fact that the CTs had to save in the last round. Or, well, they didn't have to save, I know. But they went for that force buy. And it didn't turn out to be the best of rounds for Copenhagen Wolves. Snappy, 17 frags, 16 for MSL and SMF. And on the other side, we have 15 for Nico. Clearly outstanding performance by him right now. So I thank you for tuning in. And of course, thanks to CS Series and Twitch for sponsoring the tournament. $30,000 up for grabs. 15,000 will go to the first place. We have a 10-team lineup, which are battling it out in a league format. Everybody plays the other team once in a best of 2, so they actually play 2 maps against each other. We wanted to have the teams have the chance to take revenge for a map that they had lost, and of course 1 map is worth 1 point, and the top 6 teams will advance to the playoffs, which will be played in the double elimination bracket. And I quickly have to check out some. So the second half of the first map about to go live. We don't have any sort of delays today. Luckily, it's all running smooth for now. What they are able to do in this pissed round. Copenhagen Wolves want to win it, of course. They could close the game out with a winning streak of 5 rounds only on the terrorist side. And winning the piss round would, of course, kickstart that momentum on the terrorist side and cut off the CTs. Legia, Nico and Gobi all caught by the Glocks and just overpowering the CTs over the B-bomb side. Crusade, the last man standing. SMF will just casually slide in and get that headshot into the Dutch player. 12-4 now in favor of Copenhagen Wolves with a pistol round in the back. They not only won it on the first half, but also in the second. And if you consider that 80% of the teams that win both pistol rounds win the whole game, you know what's up for Mouz Sports. 2 deagles for Legia and Tapsin, 5-7s for the rest of the squad. And the terrorists are moving into the B-bombs. A good frag by Snappy to open it up. All AKs except for MSL, who only has a Galil. But Copenhagen Wolves desperately want to win that round. They invest everything into this. And they are aware of the CT's strength on Cobble. Now Copenhagen Wolves on the re-rotation towards the A approach. They will head to A main and find Chris J over there. If Chris J finds them, that's the question. And the terrorists actually make up their mind and head to the ramp. Taps and firing off a few deagle shots, but he's under heavy fire. He needs to retreat and call in for some rotation. Liga gets a headshot onto Hand, and now Tapsin with a deagle crossfire with his teammate. Tapsin with 2 frags off the deagle, putting down SMF. Good effort by him, but oh, he gets another one thanks to Ligia. Tapsin with 3 frags, Ligia with 2. The deagle is back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is a weapon to be feared. 50 caliber bullets flying around the map is always a threat to any player. And now Copenhagen Wolves losing the second round here in the second half is of course demolishing their economy, but they purchase 4 Tech 9s nonetheless and a P254 MSL. So let's see what they can do with their pistol that is more or less overpowered. But we will probably see a nerf sometime soon. Nico now with the first onto the B bomb set. MSL though makes his P250 work on Legia. Nico is now swarmed by every terrorist in the squad. MSL gets a frag. Asilian with another one onto Gobi, and it looks like we have another upset in an anti-eco round. Tapson and Chris J still alive. And Tapson almost got that frag through the door. Almost put down the terrorists hiding behind that. But the CTs are now slowed down a lot, and they still have the defused kits, but they are smoked off and they can't take another approach. So they decide to save their weapons, and Copenhagen Wolves will make it 13-5. The CTs were lucky and they were happy for a second. But now Copenhagen Wolves are the ones smiling again, and they will let the bomb explode. Handen actually stayed back inside the bomb site to just keep the CTs from ninja defusing or something like that. So just to be extra sure, Copenhagen Wolves want to have everything covered. They don't want to make any mistakes in this matchup. On the other side, we have Mouz Sports with 2 Max 7s trying to keep Copenhagen Wolves at bay. A scout for Chris J and 2 rifles for Tapson and Nico. The terrorists with a 4-man stack over at the B bomb site. Trying to open it up is MSL and SMF. SMF down to 1 HP. MSL though with 2 headshots for Nico and Liga, quickly disposing of one of the Max 7s and one of the AKs in the CT's lineup. Gobi tries to regain control with that Max 7. He goes for the range shots basically. Even though he dealt some damage, it wasn't enough to take them down. And it's Tapson and Chris J's time to make themselves shine. Tapson takes out a Steagle. He gets 2-3 frags in a second. 4 for him in the round. And it's only Snappy to hold on to the terrorist side. He's coming in from a different direction. But Chris J and Tapson already on the defuse. Chris J goes down. And Tapson is the hero of the round, defusing the bomb and getting the ace in the end as well. Tapson with that deagle, completely nuts right now. 13-6. Mousesports turning the momentum around once again, and that's just too awesome to see. Look at that 1-for-1 trade, 2-2 in the half, 13-6 overall. Copenhagen Wolves with an AWP and 2 rifles in their squad, and Mousesports with 5 M4 A1s. And the Germans have shifted their positions. They have Gorby and Chris J on the rotation right now. Tapson takes care of A. Ligia and Nico, the only ones at the B bomb site. But Gorby is very close, so he can support them easily. The terrorists, though, will make their way into the A bomb site. Tapson drops the bomb carry. He can call for the full rotation right now. He expects somebody else, but he can't be too greedy. They have the advantage and they need to keep it. They need to win this round to keep themselves alive. And that's, of course, what Mousesports is aware of. Tapson just stays away in the corner, expects those flashbangs to be out in the open, and Gorby actually puts all of them down. Snappy, the last man with that scope in his hands, he's getting closed out by the CTs already. They know where the bomb is, they know where the AWP is, and now they will probably just cramp him in his position. They will pinch him in and try to remove that AWP from the terrorist's hands. Look at that, the CTs swarming in from every direction. So they're waiting for Snappy to make a mistake. They, of course, don't want to risk their own weapons. So Tapson is playing around. Oh, look at Tapson! Oh, they actually waited for Snappy to run out of time. And what is happening? Tapson heads up play. Really strategic, tactical, and at the same time, they are just dancing around in front of him, making a fool out of Snappy. Unlucky for him. But heads up play by Mousesports. Let him run out of time so he doesn't get the additional money. And he's down to $50 right now. Good play by Mousesports. But they are still down 6 rounds and they're still not out of the thick of things. Snappy now makes Tapson pay with a Glock headshot, trying to get revenge on his opponent. MSL gets a bomb plant on top of everything. It looked like a very successful round for the CTs, but it actually was really well played by Copenhagen Wolves. They somehow sent MSL in for the bomb plant without anyone noticing. And the Danes managed to put down the C4, and the money is not that much of a problem anymore since the bomb got planted. Snappy is back on a decent amount of money, so he's back on a rifle as well. Could have been different if they didn't plant the bomb. Now Mousesports with 2 AWPs, Chris J and Nico, taking the scopes in their hands, and Nico is there. Good shot onto Zillin, who actually was in position already, trying to get the better of him. Nico was so quick, was not expected by the terrorists. Now Ligia boosts his teammate up. There are 3 CTs around the B bomb site. Hunden and Gorby exchange frags. Nico has a number of Snappy who's coming through the smoke, and he's just spotted Snappy in the right moment. SMF, however, spots himself 2 frags. Nico, though, turns around to take him out, and now it's Hunden against 2 scopes. And he's down to 19 HP. Chris J and Nico with the bomb in their sights, or at least in the sights of Nico. Hunden has a huge mountain to climb. He gets the better of Nico. Good exchange there. Good heads up play by Hunden. Really swift movement and really swift kill. Trying to get the rotation to the A bomb site and have Chris J fooled a little bit. Chris J, however, is still expecting Hunden to do exactly what he does right now. But Chris J expects Hunden to come from here, and Hunden will actually enter the A bomb site from a different approach. Maybe getting Christian in his backside. Now Hunden smokes off the rotation. He expects Christian to be around there. He molotovs off the other angle, and Christian needs to wait. Oh, Christian runs through the flames, and Hunden jumps right into his Tech 9. Good play by Christian, abusing the play that Hunden used to keep him at bay. It was really well played by Christian, but also well played by Hunden to pick up the frag onto Nico over here. And then go all the way back to the A bomb site, plant the C4, and then he smoked off this angle and he molotov this angle. Christian just ran through the molotov and got the frag. And that was heads up play by both players. Hunden was of course low on HP, so he didn't actually expect to win that round, I guess. Back to 5 players each. Rifles for the terrorists thanks to the plan by Hunden. And of course the loser bonus is getting bigger and bigger. Mouse Sports still has 2 AWPs. And it's still Chris J and Nico. And the CT's in the first exchange. It's Tapson to pick up the first frag. He's just stinging into the terrorist side. He's just a nuisance right now with those early frags in A main. Nico with a leg shot onto Azilian, putting him down to 17 HP. Good effort by him, but Snappy with the frag onto Tapson, finally removing him from the A bomb site. Now the terrorists are spread on the A and the B bomb site, respectively, with 2 players. And so they couldn't actually abuse the fact that they took down Tapson. They needed to wait a little longer for the teammates to be in position. And now they're coming to the A bomb site. Christian got B with 2 quick frags. Got B has himself covered by his teammates, and he will put down Snappy. Call out for his teammates that a bomb was dropped at the A bomb site, and Azilian is just dancing around together with Chris J. Finally Chris J was faster and got himself the frag. 13-10 now. Mousesports fighting their way back into this match. 5-round streak right now for the CTs, and Copenhagen Wolves on a save. And it was those 2 rounds that they should have gotten won if they wanted to put an end to this game right now. Now the CTs are getting better and better, at least economical wise, even though they still can't throw any nades. MSL with the frag of the Tech 9. All Tech 9 rush by the terrorist. Gets obliterated by Tapson once again. Good job by him on the B bomb site. Chris Shea is there to help him out a little bit, but it wasn't necessarily needed. 13-11. Mousesports with a clean sweep. They lost a member in the process, but they were very fast to shut down the terrorist push. The Danes now back on rifles. The AWP for Snappy once again. And he did show off his skills already. Now he needs to do it just a few more times more, so his team can actually win this whole game. Mirage would be the will be the second map coming up just after this one. But let's first see if Copenhagen Wolves can turn this into their favor, or if Mousesports will make it a more or less flawless looking CT side. 4 CTs now on the B bomb site. They already have checked out everything they can, and they have eliminated every single possibility, so they know that the terrorists have no other choice than to attack the B bomb site. It was expected by the CTs, and they ran into a crossfire. 3v2. Azilian down to 22 HP, Snappy down to 35. And together they will try to hold on to what is left of this round. But Chris J is coming in from the back. Unexpected move by him. The CTs know where Snappy is, and Snappy knows where one is. Nails taps into the wall behind him. 35 seconds on the clock. Gobi tries to rotate into another position, trying to cover Snappy. But the CTs should just play the bomb. They should cover the angle to the bomb and not care about the player. And that's what Gobi is doing right now. Chris J is smoking off 2, and together they will just hold on and burn off time of Snappy's clock. Now Snappy needs to reveal his position by jumping around and running around as well. He's flashing out, but Chris J is already prepared for that. The flash is kind of announced the approach of Snappy, and it's 13-12. Mousesports getting close. 1 round between them and the Danes. And it's just awesome to see how CT-sided Cobble still is, even though they try to shift the momentum around a little bit. You can see that it's rather easy to fight your way back on the CT side, so never count out any team on any match on Cobble. Copenhagen Wolves still with 5 rifles. Galil for Snappy though. He had an AWP in the previous round, so he's not able to afford that AK. But look at Azillion. That's really nice looking headshot onto Taps and just dancing back and forth. Abusing the Pika's advantage a little bit. 4v5. The 2 AWPs are still alive though. And Mousesports need to cover themselves. Chris J tries to dig into the A bomb site. He expects somebody to be around that corner in a second. And there are 5 players coming his way, and he's all alone. Mousesports expected to be happen on the B bomb site, and what a headshot by SMF onto Chris J, opening up on the B bombs on the A bomb site, having 3 CTs to fight against with 5 players. It looks like Copenhagen Wolves can actually win this round, and Ligia and Nico are already saving. Good job by Copenhagen Wolves getting the better of Chris J on the A bomb site, who was left alone after the first frag. And it was SMF with that stellar headshot on the opening on the A bomb site. Really good job by him. Let's take a look on the scoreboard. 22 frags for Nico, 19 for Tapson. And on the other side we have 23 for Snappy and 22 for SMF.
Terrorists win.
Now we are headed to the crucial part of the map. The CTs need to turn the momentum around into their favor. And Chris J once again opening up, but then Nico is shot down on the B bomb site. Ligia is suddenly alone against 4 terrorists. It looks like Copenhagen Wolves have kind of the right guess in those crucial rounds right now as we approach the end of the game. Copenhagen Wolves attack the right bomb site at the right moments, but now they have wasted too much time. They were smoked off by Ligia, and he stalled the terrorist movement. He allowed his teammates to re-rotate to the B bomb site, and Copenhagen Wolves now wasting a lot of time just to try to hop over that smoke. They still have 1 minute to work with though, so no real reason to worry for them. But if they wanted to rotate to the A bomb site, they have quite some distance to cover, and they would probably expose their plan if they should do that. So they're trying to go for a B split. Ligia still having that AWP. Oh, he spots one but misses that shot. He zooms in. He still guesses that there's somebody around the smoke, but he knows now that a bomb site is undercover. Snappy and company are moving in. 3 swift frags will make it a 1v4. Copenhagen Wolves will surely make it 15-12. Good looking round for them. Once again abusing that early advantage that they got themselves into thanks to the frag on the B bomb site. Nico was taken out. Then Ligia did a good job of delaying the terrorist push, but in the end Copenhagen Wolves just ended up really nice. They sent 1 player through here and 1 player through here, and 2 players came from here. So it was a very spread out yet concentrated and focused attack on the B bomb site. There was not much that Ligia could do about that, and of course his teammates were on the side, but they were smoked off or flashed off. Really good opening by Copenhagen Wolves. Now they have 3 match points. Mousesports still has enough money to buy up. Let's see if they can make it happen. They need to win 3 rounds and then take it to the overtime to win against Copenhagen Wolves, who are not supposed to be the favorites right now. In fact, the odds are 78% in favor of Mouz and 22% in favor of Copenhagen Wolves. But probably nobody expected Cobble to be played, and Cobble is always an unpredictable map. Now Mouz with 3 players at the A bomb site and 2 at B. Copenhagen Wolves with the same setup. Now make that 2 at the A bomb site and 3 over at B. Nico and company holding B, while Chris J, together with Tapson, will hold on to the A bomb site. MSL is dropped by the Dutch player. 4v5 now. There's still SMF around in the underpass, and Chris J now knows that there is a terrorist around. He will call that for his teammates. But Legia will be the guy to make himself shine against Thunder, Nasilian, and Snappy, who are moving into the B bomb site. Let's see if they can get those frags against Nico. Nico has them lined up, but Snappy will inch forward, and Snappy will get that frag. Good job by Copenhagen Wolves. Now the other CT is spotted as well. It is Legia. He gets smoked off by the terrorist. Good job actually slowing down and taking the time to use that smoke to cover the bomb site. Not overly extended. Hunden keeps everything under cover. SMF takes out Legia. 4v2. Now suddenly it's a 2v2 situation. Snappy gets caught off guard, but the Tech 9 will take him and get him out of that precarious situation, and the AWP does its trick as well. 22 frags for Nico, 28 for Snappy, and 25 for SMF. Great effort by Mouzebots to come back that long stretch, but in the end it wasn't going to be for the Germans. Danish squad takes the first map away from them.